Synesthetic.
All right, y'all, we're gonna get ready to push off for this run. We get with our young folks 3 times a week, early in the morning. We ask them to show up at 6:45, and then we kick off our run at 7 a.m. We're training them up to a 5K race, so they have to complete 3 miles straight. 10 push-ups, ready, y'all? Let's get it. All the way down and up, 1, 2, 3. To do that, we get a periodized training program going with them where they do about a half mile up. We do a boot camp style workout where they're getting some physical fitness. Any issues, any signs of trouble, y'all let us know and we'll work it out. All right, y'all, here we go. Everybody ready? Let's push off. And then we turn around and we give them a half mile back to the starting point. By the time they're done with us, these guys are running through 3 miles consistently without breaks and they're mowing through workouts. So it's the very athletic side of our program that makes us a little unique in terms of these sorts of support programming for young people.
The first group of Run Hope work was actually in the Covenant House. It was actually in Safe Haven in the middle of winter. It was in January. It ended up being a very cold winter and they showed up. We had some people from Northwest and they will come every morning all across the town to meet at Safe Haven. We believe that just as a human being, we have 3 parts of ourselves, which is the physical part, our soul part, and then we have sort of the mental part. So the way we see it is running creates a discipline, and they all work hand in hand. And I think by us being able to identify all 3, it gives a different meaning of really what it takes to work.
Yeah. So we find our athletes. Come on. Come on, Josh, I need you to dig in, man. You got to finish that 3 miler with us.
Show you this new game. Crew big like Wu-Tang. Y'all best keep out, we roll.
Come on, man. Let's work, let's work. Yeah. Gotta pop that cherry on your mileage. Integrity, so you give your word and you have to do something difficult, but you still show up. Nobody wants to work out at 6:45 in the morning. It's like the time only the most dedicated get out there. And these are young people that are coming from the justice system. They're coming from foster care, group homes. They don't have an active lifestyle. They're not doing this on a regular basis. So when we get them out there and we're pushing them beyond what they thought was even possible, the transformation that happens in that piece is that they start to believe they can do things beyond what they expected of themselves.
Nice work, everybody, nice work. Woo. Hey, way to finish.
It was easy to me. Felt good, felt healthy. Now I'm just ready to eat.
Yeah, cause we do things.
I mean, running inspired me. I started running late in the game in 2007 and haven't stopped since. And that was like sort of completed my whole sort of circle, if I can say that, like the whole mind, body, and spirit.
Yeah, that's that Run Hope work, baby.
If you already wanted, I mean, nature wanted you for some reason. Nature wanted you for some reason. It was an aim and a purpose. There's a purpose for you being here. Most of us, and all of us, are products of our environment. Every last one of us. Even I'm a product of our environment. And if we see something positive out here, we can adapt to it. If we see something negative out here, we're going to adapt to that. As simple as that, because you're a product of your environment, and a lot of times we don't know any better. He had to learn how to adapt. We can adapt and do things differently. We can adapt and do things better. Am I right? Because it's all about exposure. I grew up in the street of 8th and 8th Street. We had gangs, we had all types of crazy stuff that was going on. We had a bunch of racism going on. We had folks that were trying to pull us out of racism, put us out of the environment that where we were that help us become better. We had people like Malcolm X during that time. We had Dr. King during that time. I was a young kid. We had Muhammad Ali who was coming up during that time. And these were guys who was really talking about things that was positive. The Black Panthers. We had many things that was in front of us that was trying to give us a positive sense of being. A strong thing about doing for self, to try to give us that confidence, because we had just come out of a situation back in the 40s and the 50s that were so negative. We could talk about slavery and all the rest and the effects of slavery, but a lot of those things that we had to deal with, we never really addressed properly. When you're going back and forth into a penal system, and you can't defend for yourself, and you can't make any money or make a living for yourself, you still a slave. If you can't provide a man to get food, a means to get food, he's gonna be hungry forever, because he's gonna only eat for a moment. But if you provide a man a skill, provide a man the opportunity to get a job, to take care of his family, he can eat for a lifetime. I got in trouble years ago. I think I was in my teens, and I had to go to federal court, and fortunately I won the case. Judge Gerhard Gazelle told me, when I was in the room, he told me, he said, young man, you have a hell of a head on your shoulder. He said, use it for something positive in the community instead of turning the community up. Because I was angry. I was angry because it was tough. I was angry because I was born. I was angry because I couldn't find my way out and put some sense to all this stuff. And I was angry. But I had to find a way to make sense of my being. And he said, use it for something positive in the community instead of turning the community down. So I had to re-examine myself. You know, who am I? What do I really want to do? When competition time came, guess what? I started competing. I started competing, and guess what happened? I started winning. Where the city said it would take 15 to 20 years to revitalize 8th Street, we got national press in 5 years. One of the great American Main Street in 10 years. The world is waiting on us. What are you going to do?
You're going to clean all that up, and then look, we're going to get a brush, and in the very top, the wood, just on the panel, and at the bottom, we need to cut all that and make it all look uniform and nice. When they first came, I was worried. I don't think I could send any of them to a job site. Like they're at the beginning. Yeah, that's way, who caught that? That's way too much cost. I don't know the guy like that. A lot of the guys never done anything before, so it's a big learning experience for them. They never mixed paint, never been on construction sites, haven't been working with other guys in the field, so this is a good experience for them. These guys come here, they don't know anything about construction, never been in it. We give them a course in OSHA, that's the safety. They need to learn safety before they start working. And then we just get into the basics of painting and drywall finishing, and I'll let them do hands-on practice. We try to do more hands-on than we try to do bookwork because the guys can actually feel it and do it. So when they first start a job site that they're not totally green and they feel familiar with the work they're doing.
It's better than sitting at home doing nothing.
Apprenticeship program is a 4-year program, but these guys are coming in here for approximately like 80 hours, 120 hours. So they come like 3 days a week for 3 to 4, 5 weeks. Usually the end result is they're able to go to a job site and they feel comfortable. Not they go there and they're like, oh my gosh, there's no light, there's no this, because construction site is dangerous. Nothing's built yet, nothing's constant, and the men sometimes aren't very forgiving of other people. You know, they like to yell a lot, and if you're not familiar with that type of atmosphere, guys get upset, especially if somebody gets telling you did something wrong. Guys don't like that. But these guys, after they're here for a while, they become accustomed to it, and they kind of understand that the job is dangerous and it's different than being in an office environment. But right now, I think all of them have the potential to go out to a job site. I would take any of these guys now. They've learned enough so they can go do it. And it's up to them to go to the job site and get along with the other guys and do the work.
Perfect. All right. What I'm realizing in this program that is many of the generation that we created, myself, I'm 46, and I'm talking about my generation created sort of a new generation which work is not really it's not really taught per se. But we also know that deep down inside, each person wants to take care of themselves. So the sense of accomplishment, the sense of responsibility is something that we all yearn and we all want to be and give back. And that's what we're finding out.